Now we're ready to turn this into our map journal, which will be a special web application that you can share. Now, one thing that is going to be very busy is all of the earthquakes from the past 30 days. We can see how just insane it is. So we're going to turn that layer off, just uncheck it over in the contents here. So if you don't have contents selected, click on Details and Contents, and that will simplify the map quite a bit. Now, our first part of the map journal is going to be an introduction. So we should zoom out a little bit, but don't zoom out too much because I find it takes a long time to save this if we zoom out too much. But perhaps we'll find a really busy place in the world, and I know the Pacific boundaries are pretty busy, like this one here. Hello, it's Christmas. Maybe I'll move over just a little bit more. But you can see how slow everything moves in the browser. Unfortunately, we have lots of information in here. But at this point, I'm going to save and save my project. Now we're going to click the Share Map link. We want to have everyone checked, so if you don't have that checked, click on that. Might as well. Then you can pass it on to your friends and family. And then we're going to click Make a Web Application. We're going to go to page 3 of the different web applications. And the one that we want is the Story Map Journal. So we'll click on Publish and click on Publish again. I'm going to change the name up here. We'll keep our names at the beginning, but this will be called Tour of Earthquakes and Volcanoes. Or Volcanoes and Earthquakes, whatever you like. We'll just keep the same tags and everything else the same, and we'll click Save and Publish. I'm going to highly suggest we use the side panel as opposed to the floating panel. Because it's transparent and dark, cutting and pasting text doesn't look so great. But start with this. You can always change it and perhaps make it work. But we'll click on Start. What do we want to call our map journal? Well, we'll call it Tour of Earthquakes and Volcanoes again. And we'll click this little right arrow thingy. And now we want to select what map we want to use, and of course we want to use our Plates, Quakes, and Lava map. We can use the map default for what it looks like when it opens up. That's why we zoomed out and picked a particular spot. And the other things we'll leave as default, and we'll click on Legend so that we can open up our legend, because we got lots of stuff on there. We definitely want to have a legend. Then we can click Next. And this is where we're going to put our introduction. You and your partner can come up with your own introduction, but it could be something like this. Welcome to our tour of volcanoes and quakes. Click on the sections below to get started. We should be finishing with something like this to let people know that, there's stuff below and that's where you're going to get it. It's probably pretty obvious, but let's just cover our bases. Click on Add. And here we have our introduction and our map to start. It's going to load in with all our fun bits.